these are good. I think, my gosh, we're live. Happy Friday to everyone. You know, Kendall, I usually do this show at 11, but you're such a busy guy these days. I said, I could have another guest, or I could plan my day around Kendall. So what are we doing? Sliding into happy hour, 3 o'clock Friday with the Lombot guy.
Oh my gosh. This week has been, every week since the acquisition has just been crazy for us. Integrating the two teams, coming in, taking Team Real Green and taking Team Lawnbot and figuring out how Lawnbot works within the Real Green team. And thankfully, everybody on the Real Green team has just been super fun to work with and has supported us and has reached out in any way and said, hey, how can we help? But man, we're able to move so much faster. We were just talking before we hopped on the call about improvements we can make to the product. We're able to focus fully now on like making improvements to the product because we have back office help with the accounting and the payroll and all this business stuff that really doesn't improve the product, right? It just kind of keeps the business running. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And we get to focus on, what makes our customers happy. And that's a great product that closes sales. So that's what we get to do every day. And this week, Beth, my schedule has not been more full ever in my entire life. Like if it's not on my calendar, it doesn't get done now because it just seems like we're on and off calls all day. And
you run out a week, don't you? Like it's the end of the week, and I am thinking to myself, well, it can't be because I have 3 major projects on my board over here that aren't done yet.
And it goes into the weekends and the nights. So like right now, Lawnbot team is in overdrive. So if you're in the lawn care industry, that power window of spring is nuts between March and you wake up in June, you're like, holy, it's like, it's almost middle summer. This is our like super busy time right now in software. We have a lot of people in build out and design and build, a lot of people in pre-launch, which means we're connecting it to their website. And we have even more people coming into the build process. So we're slammed right now. So we work all day and then we come home, eat, put the kids to bed. Our whole team does, has kids. And we pick back up at about 7 or 8 o'clock at night and work until about midnight right now, the whole team actually. So we're all working through the night to make sure that, our customers are ready for their power windows soon, especially here in the North. Texas is on fire right now. Texas last week with the beautiful weather out, they were spanking in sales down in Texas. Like I can't wait till that activity gets north for all of our northern friends and customers. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Tell me what has been the most change, other than the schedule and calendar. What has changed most for you since you have merged with Real Green?
I would say, besides the schedule with the calendar, we love thinking about how do we increase the close rate of Lawnbot, and how do we move more people through the funnel? How do we make the measuring process the best and the most beautiful measuring process? And when you're focused on who are we going to hire next, or even running payroll, sitting down for 3 hours and figuring out payroll for your staff, like that takes time and attention and resources away from the product. So I think what's changed most for us is our focus, like what we're focused on. We're focused on the right things now to move faster, and also the mentorship that we've been getting, but just me personally and the team as well, working with the Real Green team members has just been phenomenal. I mean, there's lots of knowledge. Beth, yourself, Batch, we got Bill, we got Tim, Caitlin, everybody at the Real Green team has just been so great to work with, and has taken a lot off our plate, and we're trying to get more off of the plate right now. So that's so that we can continue building and focusing on new problems that our customers have.
Have you ever read The Innovators Dilemma?
I have many times.
Yeah.
I was a little worried that a larger company would take Lawnbot's idea with The Innovators Dilemma. And now I see why a bigger company couldn't have recreated what we built. They could have, but it takes a lot of willpower to get things done sometimes with a larger ship. And Yeah, it's a great book for sure. The Innovators Dilemma.
No matter what industry you're in, it is a great book. But if you had to pick, LawnBot's been around for only 19 months. Is that right?
It's something like 15 to 19. It's like
crazy.
Yeah, we incorporated, I think it was October 2019 is when we incorporated. So,
and been an integrated partner of Real Greens for just about a year, which seems insane because I feel like I've known you forever.
I know this time is
not at the Gaylord, but the year before that. Where was the conference when you had your first booth?
GIE, right?
GIE. Okay. Yes, GIE. You were right across from us. You know, I was just really struck with how comfortable you were in the sales role. Now it's your baby, right? I think a lot of founders can sell their baby, but you said, now that you've partnered with Real Green, there is minutia, administrivia you don't have to deal with. Let's say billing customers, onboarding new employees, that type of thing. How much did you like working in the actual hands-on sales role before? And are you still participating in that, or is that all batch right now?
Yeah, so great question. That's like a really good question. Wow, Beth, you're like really sharpening the next.
I'm up in my game, Kendall.
Wow. I still love being in the sales role. I love making a sale and winning a deal. That's like one of, I'm getting set up in Salesforce, and like my numbers were 0 at the top because we have been offloading a lot of the sales responsibilities to Batch's team, and they've been doing a great job with doing demos and showing the product to our customers and our mutual customers. And my numbers were 0, and I was like, I got to get. So basically what I've been doing lately is helping in the ops department with build outs, launches, design and builds. And I also do a lot of enterprise kind of hands-on. When you start getting to like multiple branches in different states or different logos within one company, they might be one company, but they have 3 different like sister companies underneath. Those types of setups need a lot of time and attention to make sure that everything kind of flows right on the back end with the integration. So that's what I spend time with now. But I love picking up the phone, making a sale. Like there's nothing like that. I just had lunch with my brother today, who owns our old lawn care company here in Grand Rapids, and just talking to him about sales. I'm like, dude, let me get on the phones. You better have somebody making those instant speed to lead sales. Like I don't want anybody going to voicemail. Like you're carrying on the family legacy. And if people call that office and they get voicemail, I'm gonna be very disappointed, Jordan. Like there needs to be somebody always answering that phone at all the time, all times. So yeah, I do love being in that role of the sales team. I like it feels good. I mean, winning a deal, setting out and doing a demo, winning a deal. Yeah, I love doing that. Yeah.
So I am the guest on a technology podcast, and so they gave me the questions in advance, which I never do, Kendall, because I just like to see you search for the right answer. You're good at that. But it said, give us your best sales marketing tactic that other Revenue Collective, it's a software group, members could use. What would you say is your best sales marketing tactic, aside from your product, obviously, but in selling that product?
Best tactic. Well, you got to have a great product. I think it's really easy with LawnBot because it basically sells itself. And it's a very unique category. Like people kind of look at it now and they're like, they're not surprised that we have 208 logos now on board. They're not surprised about that. They're like, of course, online ordering is going to be in this industry. It wasn't like that 2 years ago or even a year and a half ago. People didn't like it. This didn't really exist like it does today. So I think you got to have a product you believe in for sure. But beyond that, you got to get attention. And that's, I think, what we're really good at no matter what. Even from the beginning was when we won the initial startup competition, we won 20 grand at an incubator called Start Garden here in Grand Rapids. And I knew exactly where that 20K was going. It was going to get us out of obscurity. It was going to home shows. So like literally the day after I got married, me and my wife, next day was GIE. And a lot of people know this story, but she was pregnant at the time. And we win the 20K. We sign up for GIE. I had put it on my own like credit card prior to that because it was pre-winning that money. And literally the day after we got married, we're headed down to GIE. My wife was like, that was her honeymoon, right? We still haven't been on one since we were going to go, but then COVID kind of messed it up. But we were at GIE exhibiting LawnBot like literally the next day. So all of that initial seed money went into getting out of obscurity. Home shows, trade shows, association shows, Facebook ads. We're big into the Facebook groups. Anything to get attention and get like these live streams. We did a lot of these at the beginning. We did a lot of free content too. We did a lot of free content. There's still one of our best, highest rated videos on YouTube is how to set up lead generation ads on Facebook. I think it has like 500 views plus right now. And it was just, we don't necessarily sell Facebook ads, but I knew it could be a low cost per lead and cost per sale source for a lot of companies. So we did a video on it and put it out. So I think anything just to get attention, because people are busy, they don't know you. So whatever we can do to get as much attention as possible, whether it's knocking on a door, making a cold call, I'm doing everything.
So if your 80-year-old aunt stops in to see little Axel and you and Masha, and she says, what is it, this product that you created? What's your elevator pitch to someone who may not have any idea what AI is?
Yeah, so there are some AI aspects to LawnBot, but essentially what we're doing at the core, it's online ordering for your business. Just how you can go on jetspizza.com and order a pizza, or go on Subway and maybe order your sub and pick it up from there. Everybody has Chick-fil-A even now. You can do your Chick-fil-A in the app and drive up and they bring it out to your car. Now we allow lawn care companies to sell their services online so that they don't have to deal with a human. There's no human getting in the way of becoming a customer. And that's how it is in a lot of cases. And they know exactly what I'm saying, because they understand, they've experienced the frustration of trying to contact a company and you can't get a hold of anybody and you can't get anybody to call you back. And all you want to do is cross this off your damn list, but you can't get a hold of anybody. Especially lawn care companies are historically bad for this, because in the power window of spring, we go from a time now where there's like snow on the ground to where it's ballistic in the office. You're getting emails, you're getting phone calls, you're getting pissed off customers, you're getting literally everything thrown at you in the very short window of time. So of course things are going to fall through the cracks. Like nobody can deal with that kind of seasonality in their business. It's very tough. So I thought this was a good way to maybe bridge some of that seasonality too. Like if they're focused 20% less on these tasks, they can focus that time and attention towards the rest of the stuff that's overwhelming them. So
well, you and I talked about the difference between order taking and selling.
Yeah.
If I know what lawn care is, and I know you've got the best brand in Grand Rapids, and yeah, you're priced comparably, this is just sign me up. It's, as you have said for a very long time, speed to lead. I get that now, speed to lead.
Yeah, speed to lead, and your online reputation is like number 2, like speed to lead, and the online reputation that you have and selling online go hand in hand. Like people are doing their research before they're requesting a quote, before they're hitting your website. So making sure that you're the highest rated right now, Google reviews are the most important for what we do in this industry. Making sure you're the highest rated, highest reviewed company in your area is super important, and everybody should be focusing on it more because they go hand in hand. What we've seen is the bots with the best traffic through them, meaning the most leads, they have the most Google reviews. So when we get a new customer that has 560 Google reviews, like we're wetting our chops. We know we have a customer for life because we know that they're getting a ton of inbound leads, and they're going to see a pretty impactful ROI with adding our product to their business pretty quickly. So.
And there's still a need for salespeople. You're probably not going to sell commercial properties through a bot in most lawn care companies. You're going to have to overcome some objections. You're always going to have the follow-up. There will always be a need for salespeople, but why not automate the order taking?
Totally. And I mean, this is a unforeseen thing and a lot of value I think a lot of people can gain from this. But I was telling Bill the other day, I was like, what we're doing here is magical now. Now, since the acquisition, it's truly magic, right? When somebody hits your website, they request a quote. They within 2 minutes, they're going through and getting an instant price. You know, they shaded in their lawn. They got an accurate square footage. Let's say that person signs up online, right? And they come in Monday morning. They like pour the coffee, whatever. They go to their inbox. There's 3 sales sitting there that they didn't have to make. It's all entered in Real Green. That customer information's in there. That credit card is attached to their account. All the programs are listed in there. There's a call log notification. The image that was colored in is in the diagram docs tab. Like, oh my goodness, like that's amazing. And it's magical because typically, and everybody that has Real Green knows this, it takes time to set up each account, enter that record into Real Green. So even if they don't buy, if we can integrate those leads into the software for you, it's just icing on the cake if it's making sales. So it's a whole nother level of added value that we're adding for our customers. And the integration is getting better by the day. We're getting feedback directly from our customers saying, hey, we'd love to see it do this in Real Green. So like right now, we're working on real-time pricing. It's right now, we're able to take your program codes and we export. We're able to pull in your price tables, but it's a pretty manual process. We're working on a real-time pricing engine now that basically you tell LawnBot what program codes you like to sell through your website. And in real time, we're going to look at your parameters in Real Green and then give pricing based on what's in those parameters, not what's in the LawnBot database. So why that's important is maybe you want to run a special, or maybe you want to raise your prices mid-season. You don't have to go manage your price tables in 6 locations. You manage it from one spot, and that's in your parameters within SA5. So that's going to be really exciting, that instant real-time pricing engine. It's going to be a game changer. And that came directly from feedback from our customers saying, hey, we want to see this and be able to manage it ourselves. So,
is credit card processing integrated already? Is that working?
Yeah, that's Beth. That's one of the most exciting things I've seen in the last 20 years of my life. Like the fact that LawnBot collects the credit card information for you, creates an auto pay profile in SA5, and allows you to bill that card for a prepay or set up auto pay on services or whatever. You could upsell them later in the season and you still have their card on file. Like that is just amazing. That's so exciting, and it's live and it's fun. So we're making the rounds right now to existing customers and taking them live. So if you're not live on RGPP and you have RGPP, reach out to the team. I'll drop a email here. I'll drop my email here in comments. You can reach out. But we're taking people live on RGPP by the day, and it's very exciting.
Retention, Kendall, retention. LawnBot, speed to lead, getting the credit card equals retention. Lower collections, that's the elevator pitch. So I've been trying to finesse the storytelling of elevator pitches. When I was at Scott's Miracle Grow, we didn't say we sold fertilizer. We said we were making America beautiful one lawn at a time. And that kind of paints the picture, right? We're making America beautiful one lawn at a time. So when I was asked this question, what is the best sales marketing tactic that you've ever relied upon? It really is either solving a problem. So instead of saying, well, we sell software, you need to articulate the problem that you're solving, or maybe they don't have a problem in that industry, but optimizing what they're doing.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, we talk about this a lot in software, and that's, you don't want to put too many features. You know, when you talk to real users of any software, really, they don't use every single feature in there. They only use probably 10 or 20% of what it can do. And I'm still finding things out about Service Assistant. I'm like, whoa, it can do that? That's pretty cool. So we really try to, if you look at the LawnBot product, it's simple, right? The design's simple. We don't overbloat it or overcomplicate. And people ask for things that we have to say no to. And we really strategically say no. Can we change the colors of this button? We say no. We're like, maybe one day, possibly, but right now it's making sales have blue buttons. We chose blue for a reason. And And it's funny. So yeah, we need to say no quite a bit, but we also get a lot of good feedback from our customers that we do implement in a lot of cases. So, well, I don't know, Beth, what's your best marketing tactic? What would you say?
I always try to solve a problem. So go deep in that industry. Right now, for instance, let's talk about the lawn care industry. And if I had Steve Katz at my disposal and Tony Buck and Caitlin's dev team, and I just said, you know what, this year we're going to solve problems, I would look at, and we, by the way, we are doing a lot of that, but I'm talking about functionality that does not exist inside of Service Assistant. I would look at industry trends. What are some of the biggest issues that we as a green industry might be facing? Well, it could be regulatory compliance, which varies by state. It could be lawn technicians that have perimeter restrictions near waterways. So can we drop geofencing in the mobile product so that it would alert a technician, hey, you are within that 25-foot barrier to waterways? I always think it has to go back to solving problems or optimizing the business.
Yeah, totally. I mean, they say there's money in the problems. I've heard that line before, and I would have to agree. It's like when you keep hearing that problem pop up, we need to take a hard look at that problem and see what we can do to build a product to fix that problem, or maybe improve an existing product to solve that problem.
When I was at Scott's Miracle Grow, and this was before we had condition codes and Service Assistant, but we would discreetly analyze service calls. Why are people needing to call back for a secondary visit? And then cancel data. I mean, that was the source of your greatest retention opportunities. You got to understand where the pain points are to fix it.
Yeah.
So you have been in the technology world. Now, I know when you incorporated, but that was pretty fresh out of lawn care, right? You'd been working in the family business and you were scratching your own itch, very much like Joe Cusick. So how long have you been involved in technology?
Well, my whole life, really. When I really look back at it, I used to take computers apart and like put them back together. And in middle and high school, I was like the guy, the computer guy for all his friends that wanted to be rappers. I was the guy that had the software, like the engineer on the computer. So I've always been kind of tech forward. When I was younger, I was the tech guy in my household playing with technology. And I think what's really interesting, I thought, you don't need to be a programmer like Eric, who's a super whiz, self-taught programmer. He's our CTO. To have a hand in technology, especially now. Our MVP was built with a no-code product, meaning like I built it myself using off-the-shelf parts to prove that the marketplace would pay for something like this, and that's what convinced Eric to join me in our journey. So I've only been, I guess, in the tech world since we incorporated the company or whatever. But now it's like I used to be intimidated by it. Like you need to be some kind of like super programmer to like start a software company or something like that. Like the software part's important, but it's just as important to be solving a real problem and have a real market to sell that problem into. That's where a lot of products die on the knife, die on the blade.
You are right. You are right about that. By the way, Eric is a terrific salesperson. You were busy having a baby during the technology conference last year, so he joined us. And for a tech guy, he was just wheeling and dealing. It was impressive. He's
we call him he's full stack. Like he can do everything. He told me, which is a bad thing to say, that anything is possible with technology. Which I take to heart. So now I call him out on it. He's like, well, we're kind of busy doing this, this, and this. Eric, anything's possible with technology. Let's make it happen. Let's go. So it's not the thing you want to tell to like this optimist sales guy who's thinks anything's possible. I don't know, but it's a fun mix because he can build literally anything that we come up that I concoct in my mind or our customers come up with. So we really try to look at like, does this question come up from a lot of our customers? How hard would it be to build? How quickly could we get an MVP? And
explain MVP in case somebody doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So like
Not
People might even know.
we're not
Yeah,
talking
minimum viable product is what the educated people call it. But MVP is basically the first thing that is good enough to put into the world. It's not perfect. It definitely needs polishing. In many ways, LawnBot, there's some areas of it that our customers might not even see, but we know it's there. We see things. We know kind of what needs to be polished in the product and what the final vision looks like. But the minimum thing that you can put in the world and get feedback on without like totally sucking, I guess. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's that whole concept about getting to failure fast so you can fix that failure rather than like taking a year to get to the failure. We want to get to that friction as fast as possible so we can code out that friction and fix people's problems that they find.
That's awesome.
And that's how Measure It came up. People kept saying, Kendall, Zillow sucks. The whole Zillow formula doesn't work. What can we do? And we were like, well, like, what can we do? Well, what if the homeowner could like color in the lawn and get the square footage that way? Let's try it out. Let's build an MVP. So now what is in LawnBot today is Measure It 1.0. We have Measure It 2.0 literally on the launch pad, ready to go out. And it has all the kind of cool features that our customers gave us feedback on, basically saying this button, like customers got stuck here. They didn't know what to do. So we programmed in that to Measure It 2.0. We just kind of a peek behind the curtain. We took aspects out of like video games where, now to really draw attention on like what to do next, we've has this concept of like a pulsing button that's blue instead of all the buttons kind of being the same color. It's like pulsing, saying, click me to go next. So we want to get as many people through that measuring process as possible. So more people that get through measuring end up seeing a price, and if they see a price, then obviously more people can buy from our customers. So that's kind of what's on the horizon.
That's awesome. And Measure It 2.0, well, and today too, are you finding it's like 70+% are coming through mobile and 30% desktop, or has that changed?
So it was really interesting. It's about 60% mobile last I checked the analytics, and which I thought is low for mobile. I thought it'd be way more.
But I wonder if that's COVID, because I find myself, chained to my office here, and I'm using my desktop way more than I would have a year ago.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it has something to do with COVID, being on desktop, which we designed LawnBot to be fully mobile first. When we designed, we assumed it was like pre-COVID, obviously. So we're assuming when we build that people are on their phones. And then if they're on desktop, great, it will look good there too. But when we build around a 10-inch screen. It has to look good on that 10-inch screen, and that's what we build around. Now, it will look good on desktop too, but like even now, we're still building mobile first because that's where everything's kind of headed. And but yeah, it looks great on desktop too. But yeah, I was surprised that it was 60%, mobile versus desktop.
That's awesome. So most successful people I know would say that their success came from hard work and a mix of hard work and luck. How would you describe how you got from working in the family business to where you are today? Very successful business, member of the Real Green team. How would you describe that mix in Kendall's life?
Yeah, definitely. It's been 10 years for sure. I mean, this product's been in me for the last 10 years. It just came out in the last 2. That's how I think about it. I came into the green industry, didn't know anything. I was I was a sponge. People had lots of mentors through the years that taught me sales, and I outgrew those mentors as I've been growing as just a person. But yeah, lots of hard work, lots of sacrifice for sure. After our wedding, we went to GIE. Like, who does that? That's nuts. And my wife did not complain. Well, she complained a little bit. She was like, we're going on a damn honeymoon at some point, right? But, it kind of, it's definitely not like an overnight deal at all. Like this product has been in me the last 10 years. I've always even been on the machines, like dreaming. I guess I'm just always been kind of a dreamer, but being behind the machines and thinking about like, well, what if this machine was a ride-on machine instead of a walk behind, and how much more efficiency would that be? And I've always been, even when I was a franchisee, I've always was doing these things like live streams and kind of testing out what's possible and what's next. And, you know, it was a long time coming, but looking back, it was like undeniable. If it wasn't this, it would have been something else. But
someday we'll compare GoDaddy domains. Like I own a lot of domains. So does Kyle Tobin. He's got a way longer list than I do, but I just love thinking of that idea. Then I buy the domain, and then I think one day I'll run into a Kendall and he can take this and run.
Yeah, we'll partner up, Beth. Come on.
Yeah,
cut me in. It's all execution. Like we're not the first people to come up with online ordering for the service industry. There's been many other attempts, but it was the right. I was just talking to Eric about this. It was the right team, the right time, the right product. I mean, there was a time when Real Green might have tried to build this right themselves. They saw, oh, that's cool, bot. Let's go do it ourselves. So it was the right team, right product, right time, right. Yeah, it was just the right everything. So and execution is everything too. Like there's other products, and I've been seeing it on Facebook too, trying to leverage the whole kind of bot movement here, and they're kind of trying to pick up some attention in that space. And the product is nowhere near like our product in terms of the power and the functionality of it. And
don't you get frustrated when you are utilizing someone else's bot and you're like, oh my gosh, just turn it off because you don't have it right?
Yeah. And, we're not like married to the bot format either. We just think that played really well to a traditional lawn care sales process. That's why we picked an interactive bot experience like that, because it felt very much like a lawn care sales process. If you call the office, okay, Jim, what's your address? Boom, put in your address, you go to the next part. So these scripts that we come up with in lawn care sales, it felt like a natural fit to do an online ordering system in an interactive format like that. So that's why we went with the bots. But if we wake up 2 months from now and there's some kind of new thing and we think that will get our customers a better conversion or ROI, we're not romantic about like being a chatbot format. There's some fast followers out right now that are like trying to capitalize on the whole bot, I guess, movement that we started, but the product's nowhere near as effective, and we're just going to continue executing on listening to our customers, implementing feedback, and making sure our customers like win deals, because that's what's important. These fast followers like to advertise like we get leads, right? I want people to judge us by sales. How many deals are we closing for your business? That's the KPI we look at internally, is how many deals do we close? How much revenue did we close this week for our customers? So
Andrew Zeeler likes to run the commission report out of Service Assistant. So that's where he pays his sales guys, and he likes to see how many are automatically made through AMA or other means. And that's when you really start to calculate the ROI, isn't it? When you compare what was automatically sold compared to what you're paying 5 people to do.
Yeah, I think it's the value adds for companies are different depending on your size. If you're small, LawnBot can help you bridge the gap between hiring a full-time salesperson and like you being on the lawn every day by yourself. If you're larger with like 10 branches, yeah, you're going to save money on commissions, right? Because like the LawnBot is making all those easy sales, and then whatever that doesn't make, your salespeople can take it from there and then make the sale. So
I will add one other phrase to your speed to lead, and we did this meticulously for 16 years at Scott's. New sale cancels. Do you know the number one reason why a new sale cancels?
I don't know.
Speed to lawn.
Oh,
how quickly?
Okay. Yeah, I could buy that. Yeah.
And so with LawnBot, you're making it. You already have it in the system. You've already got the credit card. You can more quickly deploy that service delivery.
Totally. Yeah, there's no delay. I mean, it's already in your system. It's ready to go. It just needs to be routed, and somebody needs to go spray the lawn. Yeah, we talk about the one-step sale. What about the one-step service, right? Like that would be, I think that's what we all shoot for. I think Donnie, our friend Donnie over at Colmarch, advertises that on his pest control website, same-day service. Or I've seen it before in other pest control companies. They use that as a headline, same-day service. If you call or sign up before 2 p.m., they can guarantee same-day service. I think that's awesome. Anything we can do to differentiate ourselves. And a lot of people like to talk about, Kyle Tobin told this to me the other day. He's like, we're higher priced than anybody else in our area. Like, will LawnBot work for me if I'm a higher price service? And I said, Kyle, the people that actually buy through LawnBot, like put their credit card in, they're not price sensitive. These people want to cross it off their to-do list and get it off their damn list because there's 8 million other things. So let's just throw the $400, $600, $800, $3,000. We set a new record down in Florida. BioGreen in Brevard, Myron Ritter, $3,400 prepay down in Florida.
Are you serious?
Pest control, mosquito, fertilizing, everything through his LawnBot. It was sick. It was amazing. And
that's crazy.
They threw it on the MX and called it a day. So I think people that buy this way, they're not price sensitive. They're doing it to cross it off the list. It's one less thing on their to-do list. I know we just moved into a new house. There's 8 million things on our to-do list right now. There's like smart lights that we want to do. And my wife wants me to like set up some new furniture every day. Like there's only so many hours in the day. And like, I have a son that I like to spend time with too. So it's like, I don't want to think, man, I'm going to go get 3 quotes to go like for lawn care. I need to just book it. Like, let's do it right now. And I think people will pay for that. I know they do for Grubhub. I know they do for Uber Eats. They'll pay that delivery fee for their, pizza or whatever.
There's an app that goes along with, I don't know that it's officially sponsored by IKEA. I hate IKEA, by the way. I hate IKEA. Sorry if you ever want to sponsor Real Green, but my daughter loves it. They've got, cool and expensive things. So she'll bring it home and then, you just lay out the parts and decide whether or not you have the screws. And she's fantastical at this, but there's a company that will actually just come out and assemble.
Oh my gosh.
Stuff.
Oh my gosh. Now when we buy furniture, we look for the stuff that's either pre-assembled. Like we moved in, there's all this cardboard. Like we had to go, like load it up in the pickup, bring it to the dump. There's like our garage was just filled with cardboard because hashtag Wayfarer, right? Dangerous website, by the way.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. So I think people are busy today, especially in today's economy. They're busy. They're working from home. They've got things going on. Life's busy. Let's just throw it on the card. Let's get it scheduled and move on with our life and get on. The faster we get signed up, the faster we can get to making your lawn green, thick, and weed free. And that's what it's about, right? I mean, we want to make the lawns look beautiful. So
grass green, weeds gone. So are there any limitations to what the bot can sell? If you've got a price list inside a service assistant, are there any limitations to the types of products and services?
Yeah. So right now, let's see, we're able to do anything square footage based. We're able to do anything unit based. So like number of sprinkler zones, things like that. We actually had an interesting customer come out with an idea about, he has a trash bin cleaning service. He also has a mosquito division or something. I'm still trying to get the details there, but I saw it come through in the Slack channel and basically asking how many trash bins you have, 1 or 2, okay, well, that's gonna be $65. Schedule it now, and they use Service Assistant for it. So it's anything unit-based right now. We've had some requests about linear foot. Measure It does do linear foot, and that's on our roadmap to build into the LawnBot integration into Real Green. It's just like today, we're not there. I think we'll be there maybe by the end of Q1 on the linear foot, but basically anything that's square footage based, we can sell really well. And then anything that's unit based. So like I mentioned, the number of irrigation zones or irrigation heads or number of trees and shrubs on the property, things like that.
Very cool. A good buddy of mine is the new CEO at a leaf removal like the Leaf Guard. That's not the one he's at. But he said, hey, can you send me your lawn bot guy? I'll bet they can do linear leaf removal. I said, service assistant now because he is a partner of Real Green. But you could do the perimeter of a home like that.
Yeah, totally. Somebody at another company was asking about gutter cleaning. I didn't realize this was out there, and this is kind of, I guess, comes to listening to customer feedback. But
that's what I meant. Leaf Guard, gutter cleaning. Yes.
Yeah, gutter cleaning. You could do the roof line of the gutters, and if you price on per linear foot, where we're running into issues is from a user experience standpoint. If you're selling, let's say, mosquito that's based on square footage and linear foot that's based on like the gutters of the roof line, we think it's a really clunky process to like measure the lawn and then, okay, let's go measure the roof line. We don't have data yet to tell us, is that too much work? It's something we'd want to A/B test against and really understand how many people will make it through that whole process of measuring the lawn. Okay, now let's measure the roof line. Because the average chat experience time from like start to sale is like 5 minutes. So like they're hit the website, they're going through, they're picking their options, they land in the checkout, they're reading your programs, they're making a decision, they're either buying or not buying. It's not like they're deliberating, for 20 minutes on your site about this. They're either going to buy or not buy.
Okay,
moving on.
Trends I need you to capture for me, Kendall. Trying to think how you can do this. Well, one of them's easy. So we used to pay a lot of money to consultants for this information at Scott's, but I want to know during what time periods, in a 24-hour period, what day of the week are most lawn care decisions made? So you should be able to track that this year, right? You'll know when the sales are being made. And then number two, and you can't really ask this, especially now, but I'd like to know which gender. Now, it could be a mutual discussion, right, between spouses, and then there's transgender opportunities as well. But it really lends itself to the marketing that green industry companies do. Who is making that decision, male or female?
Beth, the data analytics are going to get super interesting this year. With being a startup, last year was kind of like, they call them hot fixes in the software world. We were doing a lot of hot fixes last spring. We have never been in a point of product stability that we are today. Like the product is just so solid. The integration is so solid. We're going to get an at-bat for every opportunity that hits LawnBot next year or this year. So, I'm excited to see those data and analytics roll in. We're able to tell you like how much weekly, we sold in a week. Our customers sold in a week. It's all blind data, but we're able to see, from an analytic perspective, like where's the heat map coming from? Well, Texas is hot right now, and the East Coast is starting to light up. Texas is actually, they slowed down. They have an ice storm going on right now. And of course, all the Texas activity just dropped off. We know how weather-related sales like lawn care is. So it's really interesting. We're going to have some interesting business intelligence for our customers as we move forward.
You are a game changer in the industry, my friend. And for Real Green, we feel like we won here because we have you and Eric on the team, and we're not stopping at these bots, are we?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's like Eric and Lori and Wendy and Steve Page. It's cool. We have our own like dictionary and vocabulary in the LawnBot division. Like we kind of all talk the same language, and they do. I'm so thankful for like the work that they do because they do all of our onboarding and building. I really don't build any bots anymore other than helping Lori launch bots now. But that department of the build, and they're adding 2 team members to their team, and we're adding 2 developers to our team as well. And thanks to Real Green, supporting us in that. The HR division is going out and finding the candidates and bringing them to us, something that we wouldn't have time to do right now if we were still a small little startup. So it's a team effort for sure. And I think it was just such a natural fit. The reason why we actually agreed to do this was we listened to our customers, and our customers they care about the integration very deeply. Like they care about the integration more than anything, actually. So instead of trying to fight that friction of like, does it do this, does it do that? now there's like we have internal Slack channels of our development team and Real Green Development's team. We're co-developing this integration now. That means if we need something tweaked on the Real Green side to make it work, we can make that happen a lot quicker than going through the, well, if it's just this outside company and, we'll get to it later, like top of the line gets done. So it's exciting. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for our customers because SA5 has never been tighter. I've been seeing the development of that over the last, I don't know, I guess a year and a half, 2 years. And if I were to start over today from scratch, I would start on SA5. Even if I had an existing business, I'd move to SA5 just for the integration alone of integrating your digital leads into SA5. That is hands down, whatever you're paying somebody somewhere to type into a keyboard to enter all that information now. Just by doing that alone, you could probably save 30 grand a year and get rid of that person who's ever doing that in your company or whatever you're paying them, like reposition them to a tech or whatever.
And it will be more accurate, Kendall.
Exactly. Yeah. Many things. It'd be more accurate. I assume you're going to add lawn bots, so you have the opportunity to actually sell that instantly rather than, get to it whenever your sales team can get to it. But yeah.
You mentioned ice storm. You guys have had a lot of snow in Michigan. We've actually had a fair amount here in Indianapolis. Axel in the snow. Have you had him out yet, or has it been too cold?
It's been like blisteringly cold, so we haven't. We did bring him out one day. We have a nice little sled that we brought him out in. That was fun. But he's been inside mostly. We have this cool sledding hill in the back that we were excited to try, and it's just been too cold. He's turning 1 on February 20th, so that's what we're busy now. Is like planning his birthday party. My wife is like going all out to make sure that his first birthday is memorable when he looks back, 10 years.
Remember it, Kendall. He won't. You guys will.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. We'll remember it totally.
Very fun. Well, I have loved working with you this year. I love talking to our customers who tell me their success stories. As Joe Cusick will tell you, we grow businesses, and LawnBot has been a natural extension of Real Green growing businesses. So thanks for all you do. We'll circle back in a few weeks.
Yeah, thank you.
All the things that's new. So if someone wants to get a LawnBot before their season kicks off, how do they reach us? Yeah,
I dropped a link in the comments below. So it's lawnbot.biz/$3.99 sign up. We're still running the solution special. That was just such a hot offer. We decided to keep it rolling. It's $500 off setup. If you're an existing client, meaning if you'd signed up like pre-2021, we're doing digital audits with you, basically looking at all your digital stuff, making sure all of your listings look good and your Facebook looks good. We'll do that at no charge to make up for the fact that, you paid full price setup or whatever. But if you haven't gotten signed up for LawnBots, lawnbot.biz/$3.99 sign up, and you can get that solution special. I'm not sure when we're going to take that down, but it's been a pretty hot offer, so we want to keep it rolling. So
that's a hot offer, and you can't afford not to do it now. The people who say, we're going to look at that this summer. Well, really, it's Christmas Eve at Walmart. Don't miss out on this.
Yeah, I mean, there's still time to get on the build board right now. We're moving fast. We're adding team members. We're building really quickly. As long as we get your intake form back quickly, build usually takes 2 to 3 weeks. And then from there, it's just about how quickly can we launch with your web company. So whoever does your website, if we have access, it takes us about 10 minutes to hook it up to your website. If you're going to have your web company email back and forth with us, it's going to take a couple of weeks. That's what we found. We want to get admin access. We want to log in, hook it up, get it done, so that we don't have to re-explain the wheel each and every time. So if we get admin access to your website, it goes live very quick and very simply. So
very cool. You have a great weekend. We will catch up.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
You too. Yep. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.